Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey everybody, it's day 5. Today I actually have something to talk about, which is very exciting. So I just went to dinner with my friends at a place called Buns Over Texas. It's a burger joint. They sell burgers and cheese fries. That's kind of their two major exciting things. I didn't end up actually eating my cheeseburger at all, so I shouldn't have gotten one because all I wanted was the cheese fries, because let's get real here. What could possibly be better than fries that are covered in cheese? Nothing. Well, there are actually probably lots of things, but cheese fries are pretty much godsend. Anyways, so Buns Over Texas is a local burger joint. There's one in Lubbock and there's one in Amarillo. And it's really funny because I used to live in Amarillo and we'd go there every Saturday without fail after I got done with Pee Wee soccer or T-ball or whatever other sport I played. I played all of the sports when I was a child, and that would always be the sort of like, yay, I finished playing X game that doesn't matter because we're all going to get a trophy at the end of the season for participation anyways. Let's go eat. And we would always go to Buns Over Texas. And it was fun because my dad would do fun things like have themes. So when they asked us what his name was, so, you know, they could call out our food when it was ready, he would always say things like Dumbledore or, you know, George Washington or Barney. He would always pick really, really fun things, and we would do like a whole theme. So like for a whole month it would be Harry Potter characters, and then the next month we would move on to presidents, and the next month it was whatever else it was. And so that was always really, really fun. I remember that. I also remember eating a lot of ranch dressing. That sounds like a really random thing, but if you would ever ask my mother what she remembers the most about our Buns Over Texas trips, it would definitely be the fact that I ate too much ranch dressing for a normal 5-year-old. But it was a fun place, and it was one of those kind of places where we would just all meet. So like my aunt also lives in Amarillo. She would meet us there every Saturday. And so it was just a really fun place to be, and I felt really, really close to it. So it was good to be able to introduce my friends that live here to the same sort of thing, because, you know, it's always good to relive memories about that. I moved from Amarillo when I was 9, and that was kind of the end of my Buns Over Texas phase. But now I live here, and they have really, really cheap food, and as a poor college student, I really appreciate that they have really cheap food. So I used to go after my Pee Wee soccer game, so now maybe I'll start going on Friday nights with my friends, where we talk about Tumblr and serial killers and the zombie apocalypse and stuff. So it was a really, really interesting experience, and I'm glad, you know, obviously that I had it. I went to class and stuff today, which is really boring. I'm not ever going to talk about class. In Latin, we talked a lot more about, today in Latin we talked about date rape. So we're translating Ovid's Ars Amatoria, which is basically Ovid's how to have sex with married women. Yeah, that is definitely what you could subtitle the entire book. It is how to have sex with married women. Today's lesson was on how to get her super drunk, but to not be drunk yourself, which in modern terms is definitely date rape. Pretty much how that was going. It's a very interesting book. It's a very interesting course, because all we ever do in that course is translate this book, which pretty much has not had any good advice as to receiving the affections of women yet at all, and we're almost done with the first chapter for the first set of books. So it's going to be a very interesting ordeal, and I'm not really sure where it can go from here. I don't know what happens after you learn how to pick up married women. I'm kind of scared what book 2 is about. But I know book 3 is about how women should gain the affections of men, which, as it's written for, I don't know what self-respecting woman in the Latin-speaking world would have picked up this book just to flip to the end and read about how she needed to attract men even though she was married. But whoever did it, more power to them. It was probably a lot less painful for them because they knew Latin and didn't have to sit there and decipher it. Like, we get through 25 lines a class period, maybe. That's not a lot, considering there are hundreds and hundreds of those, so yeah, it was probably a much more amusing read to people who lived in the time where Latin was not a torturous thing that you did for 6 years and hated your life about. But anyway, so that's what I did today. This was actually a lot better than yesterday's video. I'm sorry that I talked forever yesterday, but welcome to the real world. I didn't know I said that part either. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go. I have work to do and stuff, so yeah. Check you later. Happy VEDA, everybody!